Hi everyone, the weather is great outside and everyone wants to go out, including me. So I went outside and I sat in the sun today, and yesterday my cats were like, yeah, let's go out, right? So it turns out that Jojo, the neighborhood bully, of course, was out there waiting and got in a fight with Squeak. So him and Squeak were fighting, and I broke it up. There was no actual violence, so there was no biting or, injury, but there was a lot of screeching and meowing and that type of stuff. And I scared Jojo off, and then I went to go try to get Squeak, and of course he hissed at me, and I backed off because, he wanted his space. And then he came in a few minutes later to go upstairs and go to bed. He went into this state of fight or flight where he's, fighting the predator and trying to protect himself, and then immediately went into this state of rest and recovery. And he spent the next 24 hours upstairs under the bed sleeping. And I checked on him. I made sure he didn't have any bruising or anything, and he was fine. He did hiss at me. It was very apparent to me that little scene, that scene with Jojo outside, took a lot out of him. And that is understandable, because when you get in a fight with anybody, it kind of takes a lot out of you. So what happens is your cortisol goes flying up, and then it comes crashing down and you get really tired. So that's what Squeak was doing under the bed. So he's resting, and I checked on him this morning, and then, early this afternoon, 24 hours later, he comes, coming down the stairs. Everything's fine. Has some water, sitting out in the sun on the porch, kind of taking it easy, not being his full annoying Squeak. So this is a cat who wakes me up every morning at 6 o'clock meowing. And, not today. Anyway, so what it made me realize was how many of us are just walking around in sort of this state of not fight or flight, but this stress state, and not actually ever truly getting the rest and recovery. So many of us, instead of getting the rest and recovery, like after a stressful day, or, going through a stressful time in your life, that could be divorce or finances or deaths or all these other problems, and that's not even including just regular day-to-day stuff, especially, for those of us that live in cities, and the country for that matter. But, every day we sort of go and drive on a highway, which is really stressful, get on, public transportation, which is real crowded, and these are not natural states of being. So it puts up this sort of stress response. You're kind of always looking out for the next, making sure nobody's gonna get you, keeping an eye on your purse, or let's not forget about the news and all that stuff, and how much fear that instills, that keeps us in this stress state. So some of us are always in that stress state, right? And instead of doing rest and recovery, what do a lot of people do? They drink. They drink alcohol, take pills, or eat junk food, like sugar and things like that. And what these things do is they sort of they give you energy for a little bit, and then it comes crashing down. And they cause a crash, basically. And then you can go to sleep, and only to start the whole process over again tomorrow. And again, it's the whole stressed out day. The end of the day comes. Oh, I'm gonna have, at lunch, I'm gonna have a mocha latte, which has 80 teaspoons of sugar in it. Drink that down. And then after work, I'm gonna have a drink. So these things that we are using to supposedly calm us down are basically just fill-ins for what we really need, which is rest and recovery. So most of us are just, no lie, we're one chocolate chip away from a bottle of Prozac, or one conference call away from a heart attack, or one more argument with the husband away from a bottle of benzodiazepine. And I totally get it. I know what that's like. I've been there. I was in the same state for many, many years, but you know what I did? I followed what Squeak does. I used Squeak as an example. Squeak is my role model. He knows how to take care of himself. He goes upstairs, he rests, he recovers, and then he goes back out there to enjoy his life. So when something does come up in our lives that's really stressful, we're not gonna be able to not get stressed. But we need to know how to take care of ourselves so we can get ourselves through that stressful period without breaking. and without having to turn to other things to make us feel better. So we all need to be just a little bit more like squeakers. And we all need to subscribe to my page and hit the like button. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.